Arsenal won, Brighton won, and I'm fuming, bro. How is it that Kavanaugh always messes up every single time he manages or referees our game? What was Saka and Havertz thinking when we got the chance and didn't convert? What about Gabriel with that mistake on João Pedro? It was a pretty hectic game, but we come out of it with only 1 point, which is very disappointing. But hey, let's move. So let's get right into it. And welcome back to my YouTube channel. And for today, we'll be reviewing Arsenal versus Brighton game that happened earlier today. Unfortunately, we lost 2 points and we could only get 1 point out of it. But first half was pretty well played by Arsenal. Brighton barely had any chances to do anything about it. But right in the beginning of the second half, when Rice gets that stupid red card, that completely changed the game, and we were completely dominated by Brighton, to be honest, right after that. Still, coming back to the red card, it was one of the worst red card that I've seen, to be honest, because technically, if you're going to go technical, yes, it's another yellow because Rice does tap the ball away, but nobody gives a second yellow on that. At least I haven't seen it happen before. And if that was a yellow, then why didn't João Pedro get a yellow in the first half? Which is pretty insane to me, which was even more egregious than Rice's one. But, Chris Kavanaugh being Chris Kavanaugh, hating on Arsenal, like always. And it was a pretty disappointing game. But first half was pretty good. The boys played really well. We had chances, which some of them we didn't convert, but the Havertz chip was pretty well played, and that gave us a lead in around 38 minute, I believe. And the second half, right after the red card, it was completely Brighton. They dominated, to be completely frank, and we had 2 chances even after during the second half, especially after the red card, which was Saka, who got a pass from Havertz and he tapped it, but he couldn't really get it to the goal. And another one was Havertz when he was one-on-one and he didn't really deliver. Regardless, it was well played. And I don't really know how to do rating because Havertz he did score a goal, which was fine. Trossard was also doing pretty good the first half, and he unfortunately had to leave because after Rice got a red, we needed another defender to hold the game, but which was not his fault per se, but it is what it is. And Saka was playing pretty good, but second half is entirely different because I don't think anybody played good on second half other than defenders. And we conceded second half by João Pedro. Gabriel had a mistake in it, but to be fair, second half was just outrageous, to say the least. For the Brighton team, it was the game of 2 halves, let's say. Like, first half was meh from Brighton, but second half they really came alive. I guess they got more confident because they were playing against 10 men. So it did work out in their favor. But regardless, it's a 2-point loss, especially at home, which is pretty annoying, especially since we cannot lose any points, especially at home. Because to beat City for the title is going to take every game and every win that we can get and not taking any losses. Yeah, but I'm still fuming about Chris Kavanaugh. I don't know how he still has a job because this is not his first time, but I've seen him referee the game pretty bad for like multiple games. But I do not really want to blame only on referee. But yes, in this case, the referee is to be blamed because of that red really changed the game of how we played. And what we did, but one thing to highlight is we need to work on something so that when we are in 10 men, we don't look so bad like we did today. Because I gotta be honest, after the red card, I was still hopeful because I believe we could still come out of it, maybe 1-0 or somehow get out of it by scoring another goal. But it really surprised me how we were completely dominated by Brighton after the red card. So yeah, I mean, it was a disappointing game. I woke up at 6 a.m. in the morning. I live in Texas, so to watch the game, and it was fun the first half, but the moment after the red really was frustrating to even watch our boys play. But we move. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. Chris Kavanaugh is a piece of shit that we all know, basically. Next week is international break, and the week after will be against Spurs for North London derby, but without Rice, and it's looking like Marino is also not going to be participating in the game because of his he dislocated his shoulder in training. But yeah, if we move, hopefully, and not hopefully, I believe we could beat Spurs, but stay. So make sure you subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell because I'll be doing a bigger preview this time for North London derby because it deserves it. And thanks. Talk to you later. Bye bye.